a discussion about loops concept. Regarding that, we had a discussion about loops concept. We discussed, sir. We completed for loop. We completed next, and after that while loop we completed. Right, for loop we completed already. Even while loop also we completed. Next, after completing for and while, just I cover, there may be a chance of infinite loops case. Regarding, there may be a chance of infinite loops. There may be a chance of infinite loops. Next, and after that there is a possibility of nested loops also I covered. Right, next, one or two pattern examples also I discussed, sir. Okay, have you remembered pattern examples also? Next we discussed one or two, and even 100 pattern examples I shared with you people. Right, okay, better to practice as many as possible. Right, next, after completing, sir, up to this we covered conditional statements already completed. Conditional statements, okay, already completed. If, elif, else, like we covered already. Next, and after that iterative statements also completed. Iterative statements also completed. Right, sir, after completing iterative statements, what is the next one, sir? Transfer statements. Are you getting what the next thing we require to discuss? Right, transfer statements. Right, so what the transfer statements here? Break. Are you getting what the first transfer statements are? Break and then continue, like we are going to discuss. Right, so now, sir, break, do you want any break? Are you getting, do you want any break? Okay, sir, like break for which purpose we are going to use break statements? Are very simple. We can use a break statement inside loops. Regarding, we can use break statement inside loops to break loop execution based on some condition. Are you getting that? Based on some condition, right? We can use break statement inside loops to break loop execution based on some conditions. So up to this, after completing 4 iterations, my required job already completed. My required thing already completed. You are not required to execute, man. You are not required to execute. You are not required to continue further. Please come out of the loop. Please come out of the loop. If you have such type of requirements, then happily we can go for what? Break statement. Right, sir, let me go for a small chota example so that you can get much clarity about this one, sir. Have a look once, sir. Just take a bit very special care. Observe that for I in range of 10 I'm taking. For I in range of 10 I'm taking, sir. So if I is equal to 7, sorry, if I value the 7, so what I'm taking, sir? Print processing is enough. Okay, processing is enough. Processing is enough. Please break. Are you getting? Processing is enough. Please break. Like this we can take. Please break. Processing is enough. Can you please break? Okay, like, sir, what I'm taking? Break. Okay, next, after that, if it is not the print of I value, right? Okay, sir, what is the output by default we are going to get, sir? Observe that. Observe a bit very carefully about this one. This is the body of the for loop. Remember that this total is the body of the for loop. Sir, if this condition satisfied, break means it will come out of the loop. Regarding break means what? It will come out of the loop. Sir, what is the output by default we are going to get? First 0. First 0. I in the range of 10 means what is the range is going to be considered 0 to 9 only. Remember that, sir, range itself is nothing but what? 0 to 9 only, right? Sir, now if I is equal to 0, sir, not 7, that's why print 0 will be printed. Next I value will become 1, printed, 2, printed, and so on, right? So like up to 6 it's going to print. Whenever 7 is coming, then automatical processing is enough, not required to continue. Can you please break? Because of that, it will come out of the loop. Regarding, it will come out of the loop, sir. Okay, make sure, sir, because of that automatically it will come out of the loop. Now take a bit very special care. Print end of loop, like this I'm taking, sir. End of loop, like this. Now let me execute the code. Okay, let me execute this code, sir. Just observe that py test.py. Are you getting? Py test.py. Okay, now 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 processing is enough. Please break and then end of loop. Are you getting right? So whenever I is equal to 7 is coming, immediately, whenever I is equal to 7 is coming, immediately, yeah, it will come out of the loop because of this break statement, right? Clear? Yes. Are you in a position to understand, right? Sir, what is the purpose of break? To come out of the loop based on some condition. Then we should go for break statement, right? Okay, this is the best example to understand, right? Sir, what is the my next example? Take a bit very special care about this one, sir. Sir, let me go for a more meaningful example. A bit more meaningful example, right? Okay. So based on some condition, just observe, based on some condition, to come out of the loop, or to break loop execution, to break loop execution, then we should go for break statement. Remember that. Then we should go for break statement, right? Okay, we should go for break statement. Everyone can able to understand, right? Based on some condition, to come out of the loop or to break loop execution. Can you please? I want to break loop execution. Then we should go for break statement, right? So now just observe more meaningful example. I will discuss so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Just observe that I'm taking cart is equal to, just I'm taking cart is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 10 comma 20 comma some 600 comma 60 comma 70, like this I'm taking, sir. So this is the list of values present inside cart. Regarding this is the list of values present inside cart, right? So now these are the items present inside cart. I want to process these items, right? But sir, to place this order, compulsory, suppose 600 is there. If any item value is greater than 500, insurance must be required. Then automatically you can't place this order. Then immediately come out. Do you know? Sometimes in India we are not having any that strict rule. But if you go for US or somewhere, sir, if any cost of item is greater than certain amount, insurance is the mandatory. Remember that in India, for vehicles, for car, for bike, insurance must be mandatory. Same style for any item, sir, if the cost exceed, compulsory insurance must be required. Assume that. Sir, now my requirement is I want to process these items, right? For item in cart, for each item in cart, what I'm trying to take, if item is greater than 500, if item is greater than 500, observe that if anywhere item is greater than 500, immediately print to place this order, insurance must be required. Regarding insurance must be required, like just it is going to print and then break, sir. Just it's going to print and then break. Sir, if it is not greater than 500, just print that item like this, right? Okay, sir, this is about my code. Now observe that first value 10, not greater than 500. That's why simply it's going to print, sir. Okay, or simply you are using processing item, or otherwise just it is going to print 10 printed, next 20 printed. But whenever 600 is coming, then automatically what will happen? Which value is greater than 500? Sorry, man, you can't place this order. Because the reason for that is, okay, it is 600 is greater than 500, so you can't place this order. Insurance must be required. Then immediately stop the loop execution. Everyone can understand? Yes, man. Are you in a position to understand, right? Sir, my requirement is, if you want to place an order, compulsory all values should be within 500 only. If anywhere greater than 500 is there, then the total order by default is going to be rejected. Something like that is my programming requirement, right? How you can able to place? Observe a bit carefully, sir. Then automatically 1020 to place this order, insurance must be required. Are you able to understand? That's why we can't place this order like it's going to provide. So if you want to break loop execution based on some condition, then we should go for what? Break statement. Everyone can aware? Ayo, are you in a position to understand, right? Everyone in a position to understand what is the need of break statement, sir? Okay, that's all. Next, similarly, we can go for continue. Are you getting? Can I continue? Can I continue? Okay. Can I continue? Yes, observe that, sir. Sir, what is the continue? What is the continue, sir? Sir, within the loop, within the loop, sir, very simple. Inside the loop, I want to skip current iteration and continue for the next iteration. I want to skip current iteration and continue for the next iteration. That's about my requirement, right? Okay. Sir, something like assume that, sir, I'm taking a small chota example. Have a look once. For I in range of 10. For I in range of 10, sir. If I percentage 2, if I percentage 2 is equal to 0, what it means, right? Even number. Sir, I don't want even numbers. If it is the even number, you are not required to continue further. Go for next iteration. Are you getting? Go for next iteration. Simple. I can use the word continue. Are you getting? If it is not even number, print that I value. Are you getting? Print that I value. That's about my requirement, right? Observe. First, it will check, is it even number or not? If it is the even number, continue. Continue means without executing remaining, go for next iteration. Okay? Within the loop, sir, based on our requirement to skip current iteration. I don't want to continue further, sir, in the current iteration. Skip current iteration and continue for the next iteration. Then we should go for what? Okay, this continue statement, right? Can you please continue? Sir, this one is not required to proceed. Can you please continue for the next item? Can you please continue for the next iteration? If you have such a type of requirement, then we should go for what? Continue statement. Clear for a long period, okay? Sir, how you can, if I can execute this code, anyone can you please tell what the output we are going to get now? Yes, ma'am. What is the output by default we are going to get? Anyone, can you please guide what output we are going to get? Okay, only odd numbers. Are you getting? Only odd numbers? It means 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 by default. Because if it is the even number, skip current iteration and continue for the next iteration. Like this I'm talking. That's why what output by default we are going to get 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Are you getting? Skip current iteration and continue for the next iteration. Then automatically we should go for what? Sir, continue statement. Everyone can aware, right? Sir, that's all. This is a small chota example to understand, right? Okay. Now my requirement is observe our previous example, sir. Have a look once. Observe the previous example. Sir, if any item greater than 500, skip that item, continue for the next item. Are you getting? Skip that item, continue for the next item. That's about my requirement, right? Okay. So just we can't proceed this item. We can't place proceed, or we can't process this item. Like this I'm taking. We can't process this item. Okay. Okay. Only that particular item you can ignore, no problem at all, and continue for the next iteration. Are getting? Continue for the next iteration. So if it is not greater than 500, no problem, just print that. I can use the word here, processing item like a processing. Just I'm taking item, comma, item like this I'm taking. Can you please guide, sir? What is the output I will get now? Processing item 10. Processing item 20. Whenever 600 is coming, we can't process this item. That's all it will be. And continue. Go for next. It won't stop. Go for next one. 60. Processing item 60. Processing item 70. Like this by default we are going to get. What the answers are? Processing item 10. Processing item 20. We can't process this item 600, but process item 60 and 70. So everyone in a position to understand what is the purpose of break, what is the purpose of continue. Skip current iteration and continue for the next iteration. Then we should go for what? Continue statement, right? Array, I don't want loop. Can you please come out of the loop? Break that loop execution. Then we should go for what? Break statement. Okay. Now one more small chota example so that you people can aware. Yeah, sir, if the output should be printed, sir, there is a small doubt. Can you please observe? If the output should be printed side by side, if the output required to print side by side, okay, horizontally, okay, how you can able to do that? Whatever item you can take, comma end is equal to just a space. Regarding end is equal to just a space, then automatically, sir, the output is going to come in the same line. Regarding output by default will come in the same line with the space, okay, with the space separator. Okay, now sir, one more example, just take a bit very special case, sir. What is my requirement? Yes, I have a list of numbers are there, sir. I have a list of numbers are there. Rajan, sir, in this example, any doubt? More meaningful example, I hope. Any doubt related to this example? If the any item greater than 500, then automatically it will be, that item won't be processed. Remaining items happily it's going to be processed, sir. Okay. Now let me go for another small chota example. Numbers is equal to I have some numbers are there, 10 comma 20 comma 0 comma 5 comma 0 comma 30. Are you getting 0 comma 30 like this? Numbers is equal to 10 20 0 5 0 comma 30 is there, sir. Now these numbers I want to divide with 100 by this particular number. Okay, whatever number is there, 100 by 10, 100 by 20, 100 by 0, 100 by 5, 100 by 0, 100 by 30. Sir, this list of numbers, I want to divide, sir, with 100 by these numbers. I have to do that. Now my question is, whenever 0 is coming, immediately we are going to get what? 0 division error. Immediately 0 division error is coming. So before performing this division, first I will check, is it 0 or not? If it is a 0, then don't do division, man. Don't do division. So just a print, array, it is a 0. How I can divide with 0? Like you can print that and go for the next number. Are you getting? Go for the next number. That's about my requirement. I don't want to use break. If I use break, then what will happen is, do you know, these numbers won't be processed. These numbers won't be processed. I want to continue only. Continue if I use, then only zeros won't be processed. 0 won't be processed. This is 0 won't be processed, but all the remaining numbers happily it is going to be processed. That's about my requirement. Okay, very simple. How you can able to do? For n in numbers. Can you please guide, sir? If n is equal to 0, sir, if n value is the 0, just print hello stupid. How we can divide with 0? Regarding how you can divide with 0, just skipping. Regarding just skipping like this, it is going to print. After that, can you please continue for the next number? Regarding that, can you please continue for the next number? Like this, it's going to be happen, sir. Next, if it is not 0, sir, no problem. Happily, do you know, print of 100 by, okay, is equal to, like this I'm taking, dot format of, do you know, this type of style, replacement operator, somewhere we covered, sir, this type of style, dot format of, sir, first 100 by, what is this one? N, comma, result, what is the result value, sir? 100 by N, okay, 100 by N, like this, right? Clear? Can you please observe? What is the output we are going to get, sir? First time, 100 by 10 is equal to 10.0. 100 by 20 is equal to 5.0. 5.0, division is always going to return floating point value only. Remember that. Division is always going to return floating point value only. Okay? Like this, right? Now, let me execute this code. And then what is the output by default we are going to get, sir? Have a look once. Sir, first time 100 by 10, 100 by 10, 10.0, 100 by 20, 5.0. Sir, 0 is coming. Hello, stupid. How we can divide with 0? Just skipping. 100 by 5, 20.0. Next time, hello, stupid. How we can divide with 0? Just skipping. Sir, 100 by 30. The corresponding value by default you will get. Clear? Are you seeing where we require to use break? Where we require to use continuous statement, right? Sir, any explanation is required? Any explanation is required? Rishi, in live, I don't want to, I want to place these ones, sir. Don't worry about that. We have to polite to the end user. In the live, how we can able to keep these things? Okay, so just for our demo purpose, I'm taking. Up to this is the clear for all, right? Okay. Now let me go for yeah. How many arguments? Yes, Srivani. How many arguments you can pass to the print? Any number of arguments. In the Python, the biggest specialty. Any number of arguments you can pass. Any number. But in other languages, if you go for Java, system.out.println, you are allowed to pass only one value. Are you getting? But here we are not having any such type of restriction. Any number of arguments happily you can pass, no problem at all. Okay. So now let me go for next level. What is my next level concept? Is, sir, this type of coding, I hope it is not there in C language, not there in C++, not there in Java, but I'm seeing first time, yeah, in the Python, right? Sir, loops with the else block. Are you getting? Loops with the else block. The biggest, sir, for the else usually you are going to use for if, but for while you can use, but for loop you can use. Next, try, catch, finally also you can use. Sir, this else always there wherever you go in Python. Always else is always there, sir. Remember this one, else block is always there. But with the loops, where you can use else, what is the use of that? Very simple, sir. Very simple. Just observe that. Suppose I'm using break. Observe very carefully, sir. I'm using break. Sir, if anywhere 0 is coming, automatically break. Automatically break. Now the control will comes to, please respond. Now the control will comes to end of the loop. Are you getting? Out of the loop. Correct? This is my loop. Automatically the control will comes out of the loop. This is about our requirement, our job. Sir, if a break not executed, if a break not executed means all iterations completed successfully or not? Yes, all iterations completed successfully or not? Yes. So if the loop without the break, sir, break statement not executed, all items, all the things, all iterations completed normally, successfully, at that time, if you want to do any activity, if you want to print some statement, then else part we are going to use, right? Okay, so very simple. Inside loop, if break not executed, all items executed normally without the break. If loop without the break, then only we should go for else block. Are you getting that? Then only we should go for else block. When we should go for else is very simple. If the loop without the break, then only else block is going to be executed. If break executed, then automatically else is not going to be executed. Remember that, sir. Okay, sir, very simple. Already this example is there with me, sir. Just aware, in this example I want to apply so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Sir, very simple. Inside loop execution, if a break statement not executed, then only else part is going to be executed. Sir, else means loop without the break. Regarding else means loop without the break. Remember that. Okay, sir. Now let me go for a small example. In this, let me use. Can you please tell, in this break is going to be executed or not? Yes, break is going to be executed. That's why else is not going to come. Sir, just let me show example. Say print of congrats, all numbers processor. Assume that all numbers processor, like I'm taking, assume that, sir. So, but here some number is there, 0. If it is the zero break executed, you will come out. Then else is not going to be executed. When the else will execute if there is no break, but already break is going to be executed because of your zeros. That's why else is not going to be executed. Observe a bit carefully, sir. Are you getting? 10, 20. Whenever zero is coming, hello stupid, we can divide with zero, just skipping or just breaking. Now the control is come out. Break the loop execution. Else never going to execute. Remember that. Suppose zeros are not there. Assume that zeros are not there. Sir. Can you please tell? Yes. Can you please tell? In this case, break else is going to execute or not? Array, no zeros. All items are processed. At that time, happily, else by default is going to be executed. Are you getting right? Congrats, all numbers processed. So, else is always associated with the break. If break not executed, then only else part is going to be executed. If break, then else won't be executed. Next, else with continue is not possible. Devendra Kumar, observe that. Else, sir, with respect to the continue, it is not. Else is always related to the break functionality only. Remember. Okay. Now, sir, more meaningful example you can able to understand. Sir, our previous example somewhere we covered cart example, right? Have you remembered, right? Cart example I covered. Okay. Just this is about my cart. 10, 20, sir, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, something is there, sir. Assume that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 is there. Assume that, sir. For each item in cart, if item greater than 500, we can't place this order. Are you getting? We can't place this order like immediately it is going to come out. It's going to come out, sir. So otherwise, just a print item, processing item, print item. Next, sir, else block. Observe that, sir, else block. I'm taking. Sir, now here just the print of. Congrats. Okay, congrats. All items processed successfully. Are you getting? All items processed successfully, like this. Can you please guide in this scenario, else block is going to execute or not? Yes, else is going to execute or not? Yes or no? Else will be executed or not? Yes, because you are not giving the chance to break, because all the items are less than 500 only. That's why you are not giving the chance to break. If you are not giving the chance to break, automatically else part by default will be executed. Observe that. Processing item 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Congrats, all items are processed successfully. Remember that, okay? So if there is no break, then only else part will be executed. Remember. Suppose somewhere I'm taking 600. Can you please tell else part is going to be executed or won't? Else will be executed or not? Yes. Somewhere 600 else will be executed or not? Yes. Compulsory, sir. Else will be else won't be executed, because break is going to come in the picture. Observe indentation, invalid syntax. Yes, because here just we have right, comma, extra comma is coming. Okay. Here just observe processing item 10. Sir, we can't place this order, come out of the loop. Everyone can able to understand? Yes, everyone can able to understand? Okay, sir, what is the when the else part by default is going to be executed if there is no break? Remember, just Avinash, you are comparing with finally block. You are comparing with finally block, sir. Finally block behavior is the different. Java finally block behavior is the different, and else block behavior is the different. Finally block behavior is finally is always going to be executed, whether exception raised, not raised, handled or not handled. Are getting? Finally is always going to execute. But okay, here else is nothing but if no break, in that particular case only finally else block is going to be executed. So make sure. Next, I hope clear. Any explanation is required? Okay, that's all. Next, there is one small, will come, Devendra Kumar, don't worry. Sir, up to this is the clear, right? Next, there is one small thing what you people should aware. If any person is asking, what is the difference between for loop and a while loop? For loop and a while loop. Can you please guide, sir? What is the difference between for loop and while loop? Very simple. So, both, whether it is the for loop or whether it is the while loop, if you want to execute a group of statements repeatedly, then automatically we can go for loops. Okay, iterative statements, right? A group of statements I want to execute multiple times, then we should go for loop concept, right? But repeat, sir, code every time for every item, sir, are you getting? Repeat code for every item. Can you please execute code for every item of sequence? I want to do that. Can you please guide? Then we should go for what? Repeat code for every item present in the sequence. Then we should go for which loop? For loop or while loop? For loop or while loop? For every item of sequence. Can you please do this code? Execute this code. Repeat code. Okay. Then we should go for loop. Okay. Then repeat code as long as condition is true. As long as some condition is true. Then automatically we can go for what? While loop. Sir, as long as some condition is true, then we should go for while loop. Very simple, sir. While condition and some code. If this condition is true, then automatically this code is going to be executed. If this condition is true, then this code is executed. When this while loop is going to be stopped, sir, if this condition fails, then only while loop is going to be stopped. Remember that. Similarly, sir, if I can take for loop, observe that. If I can take for loop, sir, for each element x in the given sequence, sir, it may be list or it may be set, any kind of thing. For each element x in this sequence, can you please do some action? Then automatically we should go for loop. Observe. Now I hope these two lines are meaningful, sir. Repeat code for every item of sequence. Then we should go for loop. Repeat code as long as some condition is true, then we should go for while loop. So sometimes maybe if you are trying as a fresher in the interview room, maybe a chance to ask in Python how many types of loops are possible? Only two types, sir. For loop, while loop. When we should go for loop, when we should go for while loop, that's all. If I want to do certain activity for every element present in the given sequence, then we should go for loop. As long as some condition is true, I want to do certain code, then we should go for while loop. Clear? Okay, that's all. Next, how to exit from the loop? Anyone can you please guide? How to exit from the loop? I want to come out of the loop. Then which statement is required, son? Which statement is required? How to exit from the loop? Then automatically break must be required. Regarding how you can exit from the loop, then we should go for what? Break statement, right? Next, sir, I want to skip some iteration and continue for the next iteration. How to skip current iteration? And continue for the next iteration. Okay, then we should go for which statements are continue statement. Regarding, then we should go for what? Continue statement, right? Next, when else will be executed? Anyone can you please tell when the else part is going to be executed, sir? If the loop without the break, no break statement not executed inside loop, sir, loop completed normally, then only else part is going to be executed, right? Okay, that's all. These are various things related to, okay, loops concept, right? Next, there are small extra things are there. Let me talk about these things, right? What is the next cinema? Do you know? Pass statement. A bit important. It is not there in other languages. Make sure, sir. Pass statement. Okay. Can you please tell what is pass? What is the pass statement? Just yes, 1 minute. There is a small small doubt by one of the student. I don't know who asked this one. What the doubt is? For loop with the if condition and a break also, that's the same as while loop. I mean, for loop if condition and break also do the same as while loop. What it means? Who asked this doubt? For loop with if condition and a break. Yeah, mostly if anything is going to be there, sir. Yes, it is. Yeah. Sai Chaitanya. For loop with if condition and a break also do. I mean, you are asking about else block. Else block. Are you asking about else block, Chaitanya? Sai Chaitanya. No. For loop with if condition and a break also do the same. Yes. So in the for loop, based on some condition you are using break. That's why you are come out of the loop. Correct. Come out of the loop. Same way. Even in the case of while loop also. In the while loop, you can perform some conditional check. Sir, if that condition check fails, then automatically because of this break, you will come out of the loop. Whether it is the for loop or whether it is the while loop, both the things are same. Correct? Are you expecting the same? Sai Chaitanya. Yeah. Sai Chaitanya. Yeah. That's all. Okay. Next. Yeah. What is the next? Some people are asking one more. 1 minute, please. Another doubt is also. Srivani, she is asking some doubt. Yeah. What is this one? Can you please observe that? Sir, in while condition without using break. While condition without using break. Can we use else? Will it give any error? No problem at all. You can use else. Even you are not using break statement, you can use else. No problem at all. Okay, 1 minute. Have a look once. Srivani, have a look once. Here I'm not doing break. If I'm not using break, sir, no conditional check. No conditional check at all. No conditional check. Just syntactically I'm checking. Sir, processing item. No conditional check and so on. Can you please, am I getting any error? No. Are you getting? I'm not getting any error. So compulsory, you should use break, then only you should use else. No such type of rule. Remember. Okay, well. Next. Any other doubt? Sir, Narendra. Sir, one doubt. If the inner loops like yesterday class, pattern problems, if we use break or continue, will it break both loops or just inside? Yes. So can you please observe that? Maybe nested loops concept I may cover, or even I'm not. Already we covered, right? Nested loops concept. 1 minute, sir. This is the doubt. Can you please cross check? What is the answer? You can tell. Sir, for the Nanda Kishore. Sir, one doubt. If there are any inner loops like yesterday class pattern problem, if we use break or continue, will it break both loops or just the inner? Sir, only inner loop is going to be breaked. Remember that. Okay? Nandakishore, only innermost loop is going to be breaked, not all the loops. Okay, that's it. Next, what is the next statement we require to talk about? Here, just have a look once. Pass statement. Regarding what is the next statement, sir? Pass statement. Sir, what is the pass? Just pass. Okay, just the pass statement, right? Okay. Can you please tell what is pass? Usually, do you know? You may see some quiz programs, and so on. Suppose what we call he asked the question. The person who is going to conduct the organizer, he asked some question. Then they have to answer, but they don't know the answer. Then automatically, very simple. Sir, pass. Pass is nothing but forward to the next person. Are you getting? Have you ever heard about this one? This type of imagination is there in your mind? Yes, man. Just pass. Okay, we don't know the answer. Can you please go to the forward to the next one? So I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything. Nothing. Just pass. Just pass. We are not in a position to do that. Just pass. Okay. Like, sir, pass means nothing. Are you getting that? Oh, pass means nothing. Just no work. You are not going to do any work. Just pass. Pass is nothing. Something like empty block. Something like empty block. Sir, I'm not going to do anything, sir. Sir, just forward. That's all. I'm not going to do anything. Such type of thing is nothing but okay. Past statement, sir. Where you can able to use this one, sir. Very simple. Sometimes what will happen is I'm expecting some block. I'm expecting some block of code, sir. Block of code. It is expecting as per syntax. But I don't want to write anything. Assume that I don't want to write anything, sir. Then we can go for, sir, if you are not writing anything, then but still it is expecting block. But you are not interested to write that block. Then just simply pass. Sir, can you please explain with a small example? You people may ask. Okay, very simple, sir. Observe a bit carefully. I'm taking if true, just a colon. Are you getting? If true, just colon I'm taking. Is it going to run? If I run this code, is it valid or invalid? I don't want to write anything. Is it valid or invalid? I'm not going to write anything. Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Immediately Python will ask, "Are pagal ho gaya?" If of true. After if of true, some body. Where is the body? Where is the code? Where is the body? Where is the block? Like you are not writing anything. That's why immediately. Have you observed? Syntax error. Unexpected EOR. So I don't want to do anything, man. I don't want to do anything. Then at least specify that. Array, I'm not interested to do anything. Empty block, I want to do that. What you can take? Pass. Are you getting? Pass is a keyword, sir. Pass. Now observe, happily the code is going to run. Everyone can able to understand? Can you please tell what is the pass? Pass. It is an empty statement. It is a null statement. It won't to do anything. Sir, if it is expecting some block, if you are not interested to do that, then automatically, happily you can go for pass statement, right? Remember that, okay? So sometimes what will happen? Sometimes just observe that. I want to define a class. Student. Assume that's a class student. Sir, in this student class, I want to write some code, some variables I have to declare, some methods I have to declare, and so on. So some variables and methods are required. Maybe in the future, I will fill this one. Regarding in the future, I may fill the required variables and so on. But as of now, the code should accept what I will take, sir, pass. If you are not going to take that, observe unexpected EOF file parsing. Because, sir, end of file, here it should not expect. Here it is expecting some statement, some Python statement. But you didn't complete, you didn't provide anything. That's why unexpected EOF syntax error we are going to get. Then automatically what I will take, sir, just a pass. Okay, pass. So in the future, I'm going to define that. Then happily is it going to be valid or not? Gausia, are you able to understand? Yes, ma'am. Are you able to understand, right? So I'm expecting some empty block. Okay, that's all. Maybe in the future, I may define this one. Are you getting? In the future, I may define this one. Are you getting? So if you have such a type of requirement, then happily you can go for like this one. Next, one more thing I will explain. Here in Python, the people who are coming from other languages, other programming languages like Java, overriding concept is there. Method of overriding like this. We have some concept is there. Method of overriding, something like that. So do you know parent class method should be abstract. Child class is the responsible to provide implementation. Assume abstract. Child class is the responsible to provide implementation. So I have class person is there. Assume that. Just a basic idea purpose I'm telling, sir. There, this person, do some action. Do some action. He is going to do some work. Okay, some work. He is going to do some work. But very unfortunate, I don't know what work this person is going to do. because he may be software engineer, or he may be software engineer, or it may be student, or he may be employer. We don't know that. That's why just a pass. Regarding just pass. Now just pass I'm taking. Now I'm taking class student, or otherwise just observe that eat and drink. Like this I'm just taking, sir. Eat and drink self. Sir, a person can eat and drink. I don't know how you can. Then automatically what I will take, class student. This student extends person. Regarding extends, oh, I'm creating child class. Don't worry, sir. Just a basic area purpose. I'm creating child class. Software engineer. Regarding software engineer like this. Sir, now in the software engineer, I want to define this one. Sir, person level, we are not in a position to define. Person level, I'm not in a position to define. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to take here is def, eat and drink. Just a print. Most of the time, software engineer is going to eat biryani. Okay. And then he's going to drink a beer. Are you getting right? Just have a look once, sir. So, at a parent level, I'm not in a position to define the implementation. Just pass. Who is the responsible to provide implementation in the child class? He can able to provide implementation, right? Yes. Gausia, are you in a position to understand? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay, that's all. This is just, sir, I don't know implementation. Maybe in the future, you may provide. Then we can go for like this. Observe that. So these type of requirements we can use. Yeah, Avinash. It is something like abstract method. Something like abstract method in our Java. This type of thing is nothing but here. Okay, like maybe if the syntactically whether it's valid or not. Yes, perfectly the syntactically it is valid. Remember that. Okay. So now, parent level, I'm not in a position to define, but at child level, happily we can able to define that. Okay, like something like abstract methods concept only. Okay, in the OOPS concept we will discuss in detail. Don't worry about that. Clear? Okay, Srimani, if the child not going to provide implementation, what will happen? Next level child is the responsible to provide implementation. Just here pass or something like we are going to use. Okay, like in the OOPS concept, I will discuss much about this terminology. Don't worry about that. Now, so what is the meaning of pass? Just the empty block. Regarding just the empty block, I'm not going to do any activity. Then just pass. Happily, you can go for pass statement, right? Okay, like. Now, just assume DEF M1. Can you please guide? Is it a valid or not? DEF M1. Can you please tell, is it a valid code or invalid code? Array, respond. Just now I explained. DEF M1. Is it valid or invalid? Invalid because it's not proper. Because without body, how you can able to define a method, man? Okay, like immediately. Sir, whenever I'm taking pass, happily it's going to be executed, no problem at all, because pass itself acts as a body. Which is nothing but empty, something like that. Okay. Next, let me go for another more meaningful example. For I in range of 100, I'm taking. For I in range of 100, I'm taking. If I percentage 9 is equal to 0. Regarding if I percentage 9 is equal to 0. Oh, if any number divisible by 9, what I'm trying to take is a print of I. Assume that. Sir, else. Sir, if it is not 9, what you want to do? Just pass. Regarding just pass. Okay, like I can use. Sir, can you please tell, is it valid or not? Yes. Is it valid or not? Now you can able to say what is the need of pass is nothing, man. Array, don't do anything, man. Don't do anything. Okay, like now observe the 0, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, and so on. Perfectly. This is the output by default you are going to get. Clear? What is the purpose of pass? Pass is a keyword in Python. If you don't want to do anything, empty block we have to write. Empty block where we require to do is how you can define empty block, sir, the code which is not going to do anything. Such type of thing is nothing but pass statement we can able to use. Okay, next, sir, in Python, you have another keyword is there. Okay, del keyword. What is this one, sir? Del keyword is there in Python we have. Sir, what is the purpose of del? Del is a keyword in Python. Very simple. After using a variable, it is highly recommended to delete that variable if it is no longer required. Regarding after using a variable, it's highly recommended delete that variable so that the corresponding object eligible for garbage collection, if the object are destroyed, then more free memory by default will come in the picture. Okay, how you can delete a variable? Then we can go for, okay, del is the keyword. Are you getting that? If you delete, then we should go for del itself is the keyword. Remember that, sir. Okay, sir, now very simple. Okay, how you can able to do that? Avinash, garbage collector concept is there in the Python. Remember, Java's garbage collector concept, same kind of concept is there, garbage collector, even in the Python also. Okay, now x is equal to 10, print of x I'm taking. Observe that, print of x. So now the work with this x completed. I don't want x no longer. Del x, that's all. Okay, can you please delete x? Perfectly, it is the value. But once you delete x, then you can't access x again. Are you getting? Because it's already deleted. Can you please observe that? Name error, name x is not defined. Are you getting? Name error, name x is not defined. So the biggest advantage what we are going to get is, sir, after if you delete x, then here just have a look once, sir. 10 itself is an object. Assume x is reference variable for that object. Okay, because of this line. Now you use this object. Sir. Now del x, x by default will be gone. If this object not having any reference, garbage collector is going to destroy this object. If the garbage collector will destroy this object, free memory is going to be increased, so that your program won't face any problem with respect to the memory. Remember, okay? So once you delete this variable, automatically that object will be destroyed by garbage collector. If you are trying to access, hey, where is the variable? Something like this type of thing is nothing but del keyword. Everyone can aware? Yes? Okay, Vishnu. Now, Vishnu is asking a beautiful question. Can you please observe that? Is it mandatory to delete? Every unused variable names or not? No, not mandatory. I can use the word good programming practice. Vishnu, not mandatory. We can use the word good programming practice to delete. Okay, it is also one very important point you people should aware, sir. Okay, like next, we can delete variables which are pointing to immutable objects, but we can't delete the elements present inside immutable object. What it means, sir? What is the meaning of that? Just aware. Have a look once. I have S is equal to Durga. Is there. Listen very carefully, sir. S is equal to Durga. Now I'm trying to print off yes. Perfectly, it's going to come Durga is going to get the output. Now, sir, memory wise, can you please observe the diagram? Durga itself is this object, and yes is reference variable for that. Yes itself is the reference variable for this. Now my requirement is print of yes. Regarding now the work with this yes completed. Can I delete this yes or not? Okay, respond. Can I delete this yes or not? Yes, you can able to delete. Then del yes acceptable. Del yes acceptable. Durga like. But now my point is, this yes is mutable object or immutable object? Respond. Mutable or immutable? Immutable. Have you remembered, right? Because string objects, all Python basic data types, int, float, string, boolean, and then like all the things are immutable. String object is itself is immutable, right? Immutable means you can't change the content. Now my question is, sir, observe, this is my object, Durga is the content, Durga is the content. Now can I delete only this R? I want to delete only this R? No chance at all. Immediately up to 2 means. So now observe what error by default you are going to get. str object does not support item deletion. Are you getting? S sub 0 is nothing but item str object does not support item deletion. Okay, by mistake if you are trying to delete then automatically error by default you are going to get. Now the conclusion is we can delete variables which are pointing to immutable objects. No problem. Del of s is perfectly allowed. Del of s is perfectly allowed. You can delete a variable, but you can't delete part of the object because it's already immutable. How you can change its content? Already immutable. How you can change its content? That's why. But we can't delete the elements present inside immutable object. Everyone can aware? Clear? I hope everyone should be in a position to understand, right? Okay, that's all. Next, some people may ask, sir, S1 is equal to Durga, S1 is equal to Durga, S2 is equal to soft is there. Assume that. How many objects are available, sir? 2 objects. Is it possible to use del of S1 comma S2? Is it possible or not? I want to delete both S1 and S2 both. Is it possible or not? Yes, we can use del keyword. We can use del keyword with the multiple references also. Remember, Srivani, all the references by default will be deleted. All the references by default will be deleted. Perfectly itself is acceptable. Okay. Next, sir, sometimes we may use none in Python. None value is also there. Sometimes we are using del keyword. What is the difference between none and the del? None and the del. This is about my requirement, right? Difference, right? Very simple, sir. S is equal to Durga, I'm taking. Listen very carefully, sir. S is equal to Durga, I'm taking. Now, if I use del S, this is one option. Or S is equal to none, second option. S is equal to none. Next, del S. What is the difference between these two things, right? So, once we use a del S, then the variable by default will be deleted. Now, S variable no longer available. By mistake, if you are trying to use S, immediately it's going to tell name not found. There is no such a name error. Name S is not available, like we can. So, yes, gone. Yes, gone. Delete completely, sir. Yes, gone. But if I use S is equal to none, means S is not pointing to any object. S is not pointing to any object. Any objects are the corresponding object eligible for garbage collection. The corresponding object eligible for garbage collection. But still you can allow to access yes, sir. Still you are allowed to access yes, sir, but its value is nothing but none only, but not corresponding object. Everyone can aware? So after this line, so object and yes both gone, you can't use anything. But after this line, only object will be gone, yes will be there. You can reuse this yes for the next requirement. No problem, right? Now have a look once, sir. Del I'm taking S is equal to, sir, just Durga I'm taking. S is equal to Durga. Del yes, print of yes. Is it valid or invalid? Print of yes. Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. You can't use sir, yes, sir, because already deleted. Name yes, not defined, name error, by default you are going to get. But instead of del, just I'm taking s is equal to none. S is equal to none, none I'm taking, sir. If I can take S is equal to none, then automatically none is the output by default you are going to get. Still, you are allowed to access yes, no problem at all. So sometimes very tricky, the people are going to ask, what is the difference between del yes, S is equal to none. In the case of del yes, S gone, corresponding object also gone. You can't access anything. Next, S is equal to none means S is there, but only corresponding object gone. Only corresponding object gone. If you want, you can use yes, no problem at all. That's all. Clear? Only object eligible for garbage collection, but yes, still you are allowed to use no problem at all. That's all. These are various things what you people should aware, right? Raja, none is also string. Why you are not using single quotes and so on? That is the doubt of Raja. Anyone, can you please answer? None is also string, right? Why we are not using quotes? Why we are not using quotes? Very simple, Raja. None is a reserved word. Remember that. It is not a string. It is a keyword. Keyword. It is not a string. Okay. If it is consider, if you are going to keep within single quote, now it is not treated as a keyword. It is a string where the content is N-O-N-E. Next, in Java, none means something like S is equal to null. We are going to use right, null, S is equal to null, something like the corresponding object eligible for garbage collection in Java. This type of thing is nothing but S is equal to none. Okay, that's all, sir. So these are the things what related to our flow control, right? So almost we covered 2 or 3 sessions we spent, sir, on this flow control concept. Sir, we covered if we covered if, next and after that elif, else, next we discussed about, next and after that for loop, next while loop we covered, next break, and then continue, break, continue, next after break and continue, past statement, and then delete also. These many things we discussed at the part of this course, right? Okay, remember. Next, even else with the loops also we discussed. Okay, that's all. Clear? Okay. None is not Boolean type. None is not int type. None is nothing, which is none means nothing. It is also none as treated as one special type, which is not going to represent anything. Rajesh, getting? That's also. Okay, right. Just I'm stopping this session. In the next session, we will talk about list data structure. That's all. Flow control concept got completed, sir. List data structure we have to discuss. Download the material, take the printout, and then just read and practice. Okay.